Hi Aries, welcome to Lux Tarot. This is going to be your tarot card reading for the month of October. This is going to be a general tarot card reading. Of course, it may or may not resonate. If it doesn't, check out Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, if you so wish to, Mars, etc. Any other placements that are in your chart that may be relevant. Okay, so let's get started for my Aries. What is going to be the general theme of the month for Aries? Let's just have a look. Okay, one card. It's going to be the general theme of the month for Aries. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords can represent the air signs, but it can also be an energy that you're going to adopt for the month of October. Interestingly enough, I tend to associate obviously the Queen of Swords not just with Gemini, but with Libra as well. And Libra, obviously, we're now in the month of October, so you could be very much taking on a Librarian kind of energy, but we'll put it into context as we look at what other kind of cards you've got for the rest of October. So Aries, let's have a look. Okay, so let's have a little look. I'll take that. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so this is just my own little take and version of the Celtic Cross. It's obviously a more kind of a shorter version because we obviously don't really have a great amount of time to really go into things, and it's just to give you a general idea for the month of October. I will be uploading the love readings incidentally, but they'll be done at a later date. For now, I'm just intent on getting the actual, the general readings out for the month of October. Okay, so let's have a little look. So we've got at the core of the issue, we've got the Two of Swords. So it's interesting, it's more air energy, it's more swords energy. So we'll see what's causing the blockage, okay, which is the Hanged Man. Could even be a Pisces, it could be quite literal, but we'll have a little look. Let's just have a look what's going on. Okay, so straight away what I'm getting with this is that we're needing to be cut clear. We need to be absolutely clear on what it is that we're doing this month. We need to be, you know, applying our will and applying clarity to cutting away any kind of issue or burdens, because in the past year we've got the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is obviously, it's literally as it's depicted, it's carrying unnecessary burdens, things that are just causing us to feel bogged down. It could be anything. It could be in relation to finance, it could be in relation to love, any kind of relationships that you've got going on, or any kind of situation. The Ten of Wands is quite simply burdens. So that's definitely something that needs to be dropped. But you're at the 10, so it's coming to an end. It's something that's coming to an end. And when you put it in the context of this with the Queen of Swords for the month of October, then obviously we're looking at needing to drop those burdens and being pretty sharp about it. So that is actually quite good. I'm glad that's in the past position for you. In terms of what is at the core of the issue, there is, again, this kind of willingness, this willing kind of to remain sat there and just unwillingly, if you like, dealing with the situation at hand. So there's something that you're not dealing with that has been a burden or is a burden. But I see that obviously with this Queen of Swords, you're definitely looking at cutting through that and bringing it to a close, basically. Crossing this issue as well. This sense of not wanting to make a decision about something, whatever it might be, financial, you know, relationships, family, it could be anything. With the Hanged Man here, that's obviously a card of stagnancy as well. Although it's seeing things from a different perspective in its negative aspect, it can be very kind of complacent as well. So obviously with this Two of Swords and unwilling to make a decision or feeling unable to make a decision, we've got the Hanged Man. And with the Hanged Man crossing, it's definitely speaking volumes to me about the fact that you've been quite unwilling or complacent about this lack of decision making. But that is going to come to a close because, like I say, you've got the Queen of Swords. She's awesome. She doesn't tolerate any BS, and she will get to the core of the matter. So I see that fully taking place for you. In the future, we've got the Hierophant. So this could be in relation to some kind of institution, this decision, this burden. It could be school, it could be work, it could be even family, really. I tend to see tradition in this card through and through. So it could even be in relation to some kind of situation to do with the workplace. So it could be that, you know, you've been putting off making a decision, making some kind of move toward, you know, a more a situation or a work kind of environment, or, you know, something that's gonna suit your needs better, that's going to meet your traditional needs, that's, you know, because this is the immediate future, so this is what you're going to move towards. So this is something that's going to maybe cater to your needs a lot better. And then we've got, in the hopes and fears, we've got Temperance. So this is you wanting to really balance things out, I feel. This is you wanting to just get that unity, that alchemy back, just that sense of needing to balance things out. As you can see here in the Temperance card, it depicts perfectly the fact that, you know, there's a mixture of the elements, and I think it is just pertaining to getting that balance back in your life. So that's your hopes and your fears. It's definitely not something I imagine that you fear, so it's something that you want. In terms of advice, we've got the High Priestess. Now the High Priestess is telling you to trust your inner self and trust your intuition. As you could probably know, your intuition is always your best guide, really. So obviously, if you're feeling like you need to make that move, you need to cut away whatever it is that's causing you a great sense of burden, then that's something that obviously you need to do. And I would say that with the High Priestess, it's definitely telling you to go within and find the strength to do that, because you do have the wisdom, definitely have the wisdom, and that's what it's going to call on you to do for this month of October. Is anytime that you feel any sense of doubt, anytime that you feel, you know, like you're burdened, or that these burdens are just too much, or, you know, I mean, to be fair, I see you dropping them because they're in the past. I see you dropping them to go towards something that's more structured and something that's more applicable to you in your future. It could be a Taurian, it could be somebody who is actually of Taurian nature, who maybe is in the workplace, who's going to help you in your immediate future in some way to do with these burdens. But primarily, I'm viewing this as just some form of environment and some form of set of structures that's going to enable you to move forward in order to gain that balance that we're seeing in the Temperance card here. So again, advice is definitely the High Priestess, which is definitely going within, trusting your intuition and moving forward and trusting. Although it can be difficult at times, I totally understand that. I do feel that your intuition is always your best guide, and I think, you know, you're fairly smart, Aries. I think you're going to manage to do it and do it quite well, keeping yourself balanced in the process. For your outcome card, you've got the Six of Wands, which is absolutely fantastic. So this is saying to me that if you do manage to retain that sense of balance while you're making these decisions to cut away whatever burdens are going on in your life in October, I do feel like trusting your intuition is going to ultimately lead you to success in whatever area that this is actually applying to. So let's just have a little look. I just want to clarify the 10 of Wands for Aries. Please clarify what these burdens are for the 10 of Wands. Just for the record on the table in terms of signs, so in case you want to know, we've obviously got the Queen of Swords. That always represents either a Gemini or a Libra to me. Male or female, don't forget that energy is, you know, it can be male or female. So, you know, we can embody both. We are duality. In terms of the Hanged Man, we've got Pisces. Obviously, that's the Piscean card. So as you can see, it could be a Pisces as well in some way that's causing some kind of issue for you. And then obviously we've got, in the future, we've got the Hierophant, which represents Taurus. And then we've got Temperance, Sagittarius. We've got the High Priestess, which I believe is Cancer. It varies from reader to reader, but to me, it could be anybody, to be honest with you. We're all the High Priestess. In my view, we all have that energy within us and we all embody it, okay? Then we've got the Minor Wands card, so we've got the wands which are all fire, obviously Aries, Leo and Sag. So, but for me, it's not really necessarily representing any one individual. I think this is just the energy for the month of October. So take it as how it resonates, of course. Don't forget to check out Sun, while you're on your Sun, your Moon and your Rising and also your Mars and your Mercury, Venus. I've just dropped that card there. Right, okay. So the card that actually dropped was actually the Two of Pentacles, interesting enough. So, okay, this burden from the past seems to be in relation to, it could be money, it could be finance because it's Pentacles. So it's obviously something that's you know, if it's material basically because it's Pentacles. So Wands, yeah, it could well be Pentacles, it could well be money related. I definitely get a feel that it's something to do with a work environment or some kind of home environment, even because, as I say, the Hierophant for me can even represent family values. So it could be finance or family, but to me, I think, clarifying the Ten of Wands here, I'm definitely seeing the Two of Pentacles as something to do with finances and your stability, because it's balancing. You're also trying to balance burdens as well. You're also trying to manage and keep things up in the air. So it could definitely be finances and responsibility. So that's what I'm reading it in terms of. However, this may resonate differently for you. This, as a reader, for me, is how I'm reading this for you. Okay, so let's just clarify the Hierophant for Aries for the month of October. Let's just have a little look. Hierophant. Okay, so we've got the Three of Cups. So this is your immediate future. Three of Cups is a fairly decent card, to be fair. And in relation to the Hierophant, I see that as a fairly positive card as well. So this definitely could be work relationships. Cups, although they refer to emotions, the Three of Cups, in essence, is a celebration. It's also a meeting of the minds as well. So it's people coming together in some kind of situation, like a party situation or a reunion situation. Could even be family as well, to be fair. But if we're going to look at it in the context of work, which is what I'm tending to pick up on this vibe here, I think that it could well be people coming together and, for you, getting the structure that you need, which is going to lead to the celebration that you want, or the structure that you want leading to the celebration that the Three of Cups is pertaining to. So again, I see this as definitely related to something work responsibility. Could be family, but I'm getting more of a work environment vibe with this. So to summarise anyway, Aries, for the month of October, it's not looking too bad. We've got in the past, we've had some burdens and you found it pretty difficult kind of juggling what these burdens are, etc. So as you can see there's been a bit of turbulence and you found it a bit difficult. At the core of the matter, there was your inability to maybe see the wood for the trees, or refusing to, and obviously the Hanged Man here crossing you. Basically, you've just not been able to make a decision, or you've not wanted to, and there's been a level of complacency. However, what's crowning you and what's your general card for the month of October is that you are the Queen of Swords. You will be adopting that energy and you will be cutting through the BS. No matter, even if it's, you know, it could well be a relationship for you, but I see it more as something that, you know, it's a situation of some sort that's probably more work related. However, in the future, you've got that structure coming in with the Hierophant. You've got the Three of Cups coming in. So it could even be a Taurus that comes in that's going to be a reason for celebration, whether it's a person in a romantic context, although I don't feel it with the cards, but it could well be a Taurus. And, you know, fitting into that context, take it how it applies and resonates. And it's going to be a cause for celebration. It's going to be structure that you need, and in your hopes. Obviously, we want to get that balance, don't we, Aries? We want to get that kind of, you know, that temperate kind of nature and things in balance. I mean, you know, look at these two cards, look how different they actually are. We want that kind of balance, not this kind of balance. But luckily, this is in the past and this is in the future, so that's fantastic. Your advice for the month also, as well as obviously cutting away the BS, which is your overall theme, is going to be to go within, is to trust your intuition, is to, you know, the answers are within for anything that may be kind of playing on your mind. If you feel like you're a little bit kind of, you know, overburdened, or if there's any kind of sense of concern for you, just go within. At the end of the day, that's what the High Priestess is all about. She's going within, she's finding that inner solace. It could also be a Pisces or a Cancer that's actually around you, that, again, like the Hierophant with being the Taurus, it could be somebody who's key in helping you and guiding you. So, that's if it is a literal person. If it's not, and if we're talking just energy, then obviously that's something you need to apply, which is her energy, which is going within, trusting your intuition, maybe reserving kind of, thoughts and ideas and just going with the flow, getting your sense of balance and just trusting your own intuition with this whole situation. And then in the outcome, it's positive, because if you do that, you're going to get victory, because obviously the Six of Wands is fantastically for you, the victory card in your outcome. So if you apply that and you can manage to do that, then obviously the month of October is going to be one of no BS and victory. And I'd say that that's a pretty good reading, Aries, for the month of October. Any questions, anything, then just, get in contact. That's not a problem. I hope you've enjoyed your reading, and I hope you have a blessed month of October. Bye, Aries.